Hello, hello. Shades of Pride with Vic and Rena.
Oh my goodness, y'all. It has been a minute. A
Minute.
hot minute. Looks like we have taken a break. Y'all thought we went away, but we didn't.
We're back.
Anyways, we figured that we would not just take up the whole month of August. We ended up actually having to take a break.
Yes.
So you have Vic here,
And Rena.
and we have a special guest here with us.
Very special guest.
It's gonna be a party popping episode. We got energy in the building, energy nationwide, everywhere, all over the country. So yeah, I think you introduced the last guest, right? So I'm gonna introduce this one.
Uh-huh.
So we have with us the lovely Laurel Wheeler from the Laurel Wheeler Foundation. So you can go ahead and introduce yourself, ma'am.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going on this nice Friday evening on Labor Day weekend?
Yes. It's Labor Day weekend.
Oh,
We're
man.
recording this on a Friday night, so
Yes,
you
we
know
are.
we're vibing on a Friday night.
We
I have Gatorade.
are. Listen, I don't know about you all out there, but I am a huge college football fan. And so
Yes.
the fact that college football is back makes me so happy. So my name is Laurel Wheeler.
Yes.
If you look up my foundation, it's the Laurel Wheeler Foundation, and my name is spelled Laurel, and then Wheeler, Wheeler. I always spell it for people because inevitably people are going to wonder out there. But all I can say is Boomer Sooner. I am a huge Oklahoma fan, and we're playing tomorrow, and I'm very excited. I don't know if you guys are as big of college football fans as me, but you know what? It feels like fall when college football is back, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it feels like
It
fall when
does.
football just runs around.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like I literally
It's
just
like the nice weather.
I
It's like the weather you're looking for.
Man,
just
like,
started.
so football, pumpkin flavored stuff is back, and then, in a month hockey will be back, and I'm a giant
Yep.
hockey fiend,
Oh,
so
there you go.
I'm getting all the fall vibes, totally.
Yes. So we got hockey. We're gonna have football, hockey, basketball.
Everything.
Everything's gonna be in, everything just in a row.
So
Um,
Victoria, Vic, I know you are a Cowboy fan. You've got to be livid over the Micah Parsons trade.
yes, I am. For all those sports fans out there, if you're a Dallas fan, I mean,
That broke my
Dallas Mavericks broke our heart last year, so now I guess it's Jerry's
Well, and
time to do
you
it.
like Minnesota too. So the problem is you can't even root for the Pack.
No, you know what? I don't even really like.
I
I don't like the Packers either. I mean, I call them the cheeseheads, but I will root for Micah though. So that's the thing.
I mean, I will say, like, the thing is, I mean, he said he wanted to be traded. Whatever
Right.
beef, I don't even know what beef he had with Jerry Jones, but like, he said he wanted to be traded, so it's like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna
Yeah, so he got
do?
his wish come true, that's what I tell people. At the end of the day, it's business, and if they're
Oh yeah.
offering him more money, as long as he's gonna play and don't go sit on the bench, then hey, go for it, right? Like
I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, it's not like they wanted to trade him. He wanted to trade, so like, what were they gonna do?
right.
Something that they could have done.
Yeah, because
He was ready to leave.
he was
Exactly.
not he was not dressing up for practice at all. He was sitting out.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
So
he was so serious about wanting to be traded that I don't really think he gave him a whole lot of choice. And it just
right.
happened to be the Packers that came knocking and were able to pay the price.
Yep.
What did they
So
even trade? What did they get in return? I don't even know.
they traded him. I think he's gonna get 188 million, I think.
Good for him.
Something to that effect. He's gonna be the highest payer defense. And
What
then
did what did Dallas get back? I mean,
Dallas got 2 first-round picks and Kenny I forgot his last name, Kenny Parker, I think. One of the players. So that's what they got.
there you
So
go.
so
See, in the NFL, so I'm 34. I don't care if I say my age. I've been a
mhm.
Jaguars fan since I was 7, and they've sucked most of that time, and I can
Yeah.
laugh about it. The other
Yeah.
team I like though is the Commanders. Used to be the Redskins.
Yes.
I've got football stories. That's not on topic really for today, but like I could talk about why I met Coach Gibbs and I got to go to Washington.
Oh, there you go.
But also, I think today, like, I don't know about you guys or if you're old enough to remember, but like in the early 2000s and even early 2000 teens, like 20 years ago when I was in high school and younger, the NFL was just such a different game. And I'm not as
Yes.
much
Yes.
of a fan. Like, I am pro player safety, but I'm not as much of a fan of like it seems a lot more like, I don't know, weighted for like the offense to do well, but not even always the defense. And so I'm not as much an NFL person anymore. I'll watch it on Sundays, absolutely, but I'm way more into the
Yes.
college football because I feel like college football still has a lot of that pure football feel, you know?
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
They do. They're kind of cutting a little bit out of the NFL, and it's just not the same like it used
And
to
like I
be.
I
said, look,
think
I'm
it's
all about player safety, but,
yeah.
put maybe I'm a traditionalist and maybe I'll catch flack. I don't care, bring it. But like I feel like part of it is while you want to try to minimize like player injury and concussions if you can, at the
Right.
same time by choosing to play that game at that level, those guys are accepting the risk.
Yes.
And
Yeah, they are.
I don't like it. Really made me mad, this whole the 35-yard line rule, with the kickoffs and
Oh,
whatever.
yes.
And like, I don't know, like, not being the defender can't touch the wide receiver inside 10 yards. That's just stupidity.
Yeah, it's
You
just too
know,
much. They can't play. They're having to hold back. And then if
it's
they
And
don't,
like
when they do
it's
it, they
like it's
get
not the game it
penalized.
used to be, but college
no.
football
Yeah.
still really is the same game and I
Yeah,
love it.
it is. Yeah, I actually just got into football, college football within like the last 2 years.
Well, I think you're going to like it cuz it's a lot more like and I think the thing too, and I'm not trying to say that the NFL is rigged. Like, I don't believe that they rig
My
specific
dad would
games.
tell you it's rigged all year. All he
Well, here's the
will
thing,
say
like
it's
I'm not willing to say that an individual game is rigged, but
no, no.
but with that said, I think that the rule changes have made the game rigged in such a fashion that it guarantees certain teams or certain players are going to do better, and it doesn't leave a lot of room for everyone to be able to have an equal chance to stand out or to have a great year or to like rise, And in
Right.
college
Right.
football,
Right.
yeah, you got the Power Five conference. That's true. You've got the Power Five, or really the Power Four now. But
Yes.
there's still a lot of equality as far as like on-field talent in the sense that like your Texas and your Ohio State and your Alabama and your
Yep.
Michigan if they're good, or your Washington when they were good, or your
Sooners.
Oklahoma before they went to the SEC. Oh my God,
Yes.
Oklahoma. Or
Yes.
like Georgia or like Clemson or like you've got a wide
Good
variety of
talent.
teams and even like like it's like in the NFL if you're watching a Jaguars game, I love my Jaguars, but I can acknowledge the fact that they struggle. And if
Yes.
you watch them play, they're probably getting blown out. But even
Yep.
amongst two smaller teams in college, like if you've got like right now Oklahoma's kind of at the bottom of the SEC, but if you've got them and say, oh,
Georgetown.
Vanderbilt or name
Right.
somebody, or if you've got like even, I don't know, Navy versus somebody, or if you've got Hawaii versus Stanford, that was a really good game the last week. It went into overtime.
Yeah, it was a good game.
It's like, okay, unless a big dog is playing a little dog, most of the time the matches are going to be fairly. You're going to find there's not going to be a struggle to find good matches on a Saturday.
Right. No, it's
Yeah.
always good to just sit down and watch a good game.
Yeah, man, because like the NFL, you might have one or two good games, but in college football, you've got dozens.
Yes. Yeah. Like on Sundays, I used to love watching football like all day, every day. But now it's just like, you know what? Well, I'm gonna skip the Cowboys game because they're not doing nothing. So let me go over
Dude,
here
that's
and
how
watch.
I used to watch.
Right.
I used to watch football literally from the moment I got home from church until the end of a Sunday night football game.
Yep.
Like
Me
growing
too.
up, that's what I did. And
Yep. Me
now I'll
too.
watch football on Sunday, but like now Saturdays are like that for me. Like I start at 11 and I try to watch all the way through to like Hawaii at like no joke, like
Nice.
midnight.
That's awesome.
So anyway, I know that
All
that's
right.
not really on, but it's
That's all
fun to
right.
like
That's
vibe,
hey,
man.
hey. That's all right.
Isn't that the
Look,
fun thing about podcasts though? Is you
right.
always start off and you just have a vibe,
Right. Yep.
you know?
And that's for all of our kicking off to football season for everybody
And
that's
we have a
listening to
lot
the
of
podcast.
fans.
Yeah,
Hey,
we have
for
a
all
lot
of
of
you
football
that
fans.
watch this, I want to see like this is just me putting a challenge out there. I'm really curious, um, the listener base, who you guys are rooting for. So wherever you're listening to this on social media or wherever you've seen this shared or something,
Right.
go comment on this on the wherever this is posted. Go comment and tell us who your NFL and college teams are and who you're rooting for.
Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna post it everywhere. We'll post it even on our podcast page as
Let's
well.
Let's get some listener engagement going, and let's see like what teams we got repping out there, because it might be fun. Like we might have some unexpected rivalries or some unexpected man, where are my Hawaii and Navy fans at? Because they're my other two favorite teams outside of Oklahoma. Or whatever.
Yes.
Like I know somebody else is gonna be a Sooners fan too, but
and I'm gonna say that it's football season, so if you're listening to the podcast, we may do a giveaway. We may football contest.
Let's go.
And we're gonna have a special segment with a special sports announcer.
Right.
Let's go.
Right.
Yes.
Let's go.
So there we go.
Hey,
right,
which one is one of you two a Texas fan?
I am a Texas fan.
We're gonna have to have ourselves a friendly bet over the Red River Showdown.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
Let's make ourselves a bet, and whatever the bet may be, I don't even know. We'll figure it out. The loser will come back on. We'll both come onto the podcast in October, and whatever the result of the bet is, the loser will have to do it on the podcast. How about that?
Oh, there we go. There we go.
You down?
Let's do it.
Let it be known. Me and Vic have made a bet over OU Texas.
There we go.
I may well have to eat crow, but I don't care. It's all in good sport.
Yeah, you know what? We might have to go. Whoever loses gonna have to go skinny dipping in the other team's jersey.
Hey. What's not skinny dipping though if you're wearing a jersey?
Oh yeah. Well, you're gonna have to go in your underwear and the jersey down the street.
How about you streak? I'm just kidding. I'm not that bad. Oh my gosh. No. What you got to do is you got to walk into the other team's fan bar, or to your own team's fan bar in the other team's jersey.
Yeah, there we go.
So I might have to walk into a Texas fan bar in my OU jersey.
There you
if
go.
I lose, or you might have to do the opposite and see if you get.
Yeah, there we go. We might have to do that.
Oh my gosh.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna go ahead and do just a little bit of taking care of some business real quick, and then we're gonna get into the nonprofit section of the podcast. So hope that you all enjoyed this little sports talk. Get y'all kicked off for the Labor Day.
Who doesn't enjoy sports talk?
Ready.
I mean, come on, man.
Turn on the TV.
Yeah, turn on the radio. Turn on the TV and the radio. TV and radio.
Hey, a tip, one last little sports tip to all you out there. If you don't want to pay to have to watch college football and you can live without looking at the screen, like I know you sighted people who are listening, y'all struggle. Y'all can't hardly look at, not with, with the screen off or whatever. You can't live without your TV. But if you can't afford the expensive college football packages and stuff to watch, the Varsity Radio Network.
Yes.
They have a free app. It's the Varsity Network app. And also tune in for $5 or $6 a month. It's cheap. You can listen to hundreds of college football games, for sure dozens every weekend, and hundreds over the span of the season. And all the big teams are pretty much on there.
Yes.
And I'm surprised too at how many mid-sized or small-sized schools are on there too. So if you're looking for a place to listen to college football and you are willing to not look at a screen and you can't afford the big plans, do that. Help yourself.
Yeah, I just actually found out about Varsity.
I just discovered that.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, and your Amazon Echo device can play off TuneIn Radio too if you've got the skill. It can play you some college football.
You got skill.
I'm gonna go listen to the Baylor Auburn game when this is over. So
there you go.
That's my last football tidbit of the night.
There we go. Hey, that's a good one though. So she just gave y'all an app to download free.
It literally is free.
Yeah,
and there's a few unlabeled buttons if you're using VoiceOver or a screen reader, but not enough to make it inaccessible. It's absolutely usable.
And you can also follow.
It's very accessible. I played around with it.
Totally.
You can follow you can even follow different podcast shows as well, and also getting news tips too from them.
Yeah, you can. And they've even got college basketball and other sports too, other times of the year.
Yep, women's basketball, all that stuff. Yep. Go check it out.
Do it.
That is awesome.
All right, love, go ahead and kick it off with how they can get a hold of us.
All right. So you guys can reach us. Our handles on social media is, oh my God, I haven't done this in forever, Lord. The Shades of Pride.
She's rusty, y'all.
Vic and Rena.
right.
That is our YouTube and Facebook handle.
Yes. And also, if you guys have been following me specifically and my love too, because she's been doing it as well on TikTok, we have not gotten our own personal TikTok for the podcast yet.
Yeah.
But as far as following us and catching some of the stuff that we post out there, like some of our latest episodes, we, put some images up there with especially the nonprofit.
Yes.
Also, with our last couple of episodes back in July, we put some stuff up there. You can follow me under Texas Angel 5. And
You can follow me at Rena Gayton, also Creole Princess.
on
You
TikTok.
guys are gonna have to teach me how to do TikTok. I haven't figured
Oh,
Oh yeah,
oh, you can do it.
it out yet. With a
yes,
screen
you
reader, I
can
haven't
do it.
figured it out quite yet. I tried a couple years ago. I've got a
Right.
feeling it's a lot better than it probably was a couple years
It
ago.
is. They kind of
It's
fixed
a
it.
lot better
They
now.
fixed it a lot,
Yeah.
a little bit
Good.
better.
You guys gonna have to help me get us a TikTok up and running.
Yeah,
Yes.
we will do that.
Show me the game. Get my TikTok game. Oh my gosh, I can't say that 3 times.
Step up your TikTok game.
Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl.
And so also y'all, you could follow us. You can shoot us an email if you are looking to become a guest on the podcast, or if you are just wanting to let us know any comments, feedback. You can email us at shades of pride pod at gmail.com. So that's shades of pride pod at gmail.com. You can shoot us a text or leave us a voicemail at 682-730-2001 as well. You can just say hello. You can let us know what you thought about an episode. We've gotten a lot of feedback about what people would like to hear. Also, questions, tips, all those things. We love all the feedback that we've been receiving. Thank you.
Or if
And thank
someone
you.
wants to talk college football trash to me, I guess
Yeah,
you can.
yeah, yeah. Shoot us a text, and we will definitely forward it over to Miss Laurel over
Yeah.
there. But yeah, so I think we got all that taken care of. So we're gonna go ahead and step in to what we were coming out here to talk about. So the rest of the show is going to be mainly given over to Laurel, because we would love to let everybody know who's listening what she's here for, what she does, and all of the great work that her and her nonprofit is doing out in the community. So yeah, go ahead and take it off, Laurel. We just kind of want to know the name of the nonprofit,
Oh, yeah.
where it came from, and yeah, what made you do what you're doing?
Man, I'll give you the whole story, but before I get into it, also shout out to the DFW Blind and Persons with Disabilities Virtual Lions Club, which we are all members of.
Yes.
So I just wanted to shout that out because our foundation helped get that going too. If you are blind, visually impaired, or have a disability that makes it hard for you to get to a Lions Club, but you want to get involved in community service, come join us. Contact Vic and Rena. They'll help you figure out how to come to our Zoom meetings.
Yes.
And if finances are an issue, like if you have trouble paying dues, like if that is a barrier, we don't want that to be. So talk to us. There's help available. And if you are, able-bodied, but you're an ally and you want to get involved in a Lions Club chapter that really, really heavily focuses on serving the blind and visually impaired here and abroad, come join. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to our own Lions Club.
Yes, we definitely do that. And like for most of the listeners, you guys have been hearing about us promoting the Lions Club, and I know there's members out there, so feel
Yeah,
free
I had to say something once I came on, guys.
Oh yeah,
Especially
definitely. Yeah.
shout out to our members. Yay!
Yes, and y'all want to know where it came from? Like I've told y'all before, she's the president, so that's where it's coming from, And reach out to her, reach out to us, and we'll definitely
We'll bring you into the fold.
Yes, and we have a meeting coming up on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central.
Let me
So
just preface, let me just throw this out there because I think it'll be interesting for people.
yes,
Our meeting on Tuesday, the Helen Keller Project is presenting. That's
yes,
going to be super interesting. Then October, I believe, I'm going to make sure, before we totally, release it out there into the world, but one of the guide dog schools will come speak for the Blindness Awareness Month.
yes,
And then I'm lining up a speaker in November to come talk about financial literacy when you're with a disability and some of the, accessibility barriers or financial barriers that we have in our community, and how to still be a boss at owning and taking control of your own finances. So there's going to
Um,
be some really good topics out
yes,
there.
yes, and we're gonna be throwing one. The president, I don't know if she knows yet, but we are gonna be throwing a sneak peek in there in October too,
Let's go.
for mental health awareness.
Yes, we will. We are. We sure
Yeah,
are.
so we're gonna throw someone in there as well, and we also have our snack challenge going on.
Oh man, it's going to be so fun,
Yes.
guys.
So right now, the hot topic right now is if you are sighted or if you are blind out there and you want to challenge one of your family members or
Or
friends.
lots. I might challenge 30.
Yeah, yeah, yes. So you got to try to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich blindfolded, or eat a bowl of jello blindfolded, and it has to be videoed. And then in order to get into the contest, you just donate $1, and we will put all that information in our show notes if you guys want to take advantage of
Yeah,
that. And
we
also,
will. And when you post it, you'll submit it to us, and it'll go up on there on social media for your friends and family to laugh at.
yep.
There will be winners, so do
Yes,
it.
there's gonna be gifts. There's gonna be
Uh huh.
gifts given away, and
Yep.
proceeds is going to help out with the Lions Club. So that way we
Sure
can start
will.
doing stuff. So we
Man,
got some exciting stuff going on.
it's gonna be
Uh,
fun.
so yeah. So now she
So,
talked about the
the
Lions
main
Club.
topic today. The main
Yes.
topic. I had to shout out my own Lions Club,
Oh
right?
no,
I
you're
mean, hey.
good. You're good.
Hey, also, we had a Dining in the Dark event. I'll talk about that here in a bit. The
Okay.
foundation, the Laurel Wheeler Foundation, had one Tuesday night, and saw Alexa from your own Richardson Lions Club. Who you know?
Oh,
She was there.
awesome.
So
Oh, she's cool.
shout out Alexa if you're listening.
Yes. There you go.
Shout out Richardson Noon. Love you
Yeah,
guys.
Richardson
Um,
Midday Lions Club, Richardson
yeah,
Noon.
yeah, let's go. All right,
Perfect.
so the Laurel Wheeler Foundation. So to give you a little bit for those of you who are listening who don't know me, my backstory is I've been blind my whole life. I used to see a little bit, like, different colors and light and dark, but I've always been a Braille reader. I always used a cane or a guide dog. In
Okay.
2020, I lost the rest of my usable sight, so now it's almost all dark. But um, basically, I grew up, regular school, all the stuff, right?
Right.
I went to college, and to make a long story short, I started somewhere else and I transferred into the University of Oklahoma, boomer sooner, and I
Okay.
got my undergraduate degree in Russian studies. I'm a linguist by trade. I mean, I run a nonprofit every day, yeah, but like my trained profession, shall we say, is a linguist. I speak
Awesome.
I speak Russian, I speak Finnish, and I speak French and Spanish, and I can communicate in Arabic as well, depending on the dialect. And those of you out there who speak Arabic know that they're not all the same. So I
Right.
don't claim I'm perfect there, but I'm also now studying Hawaiian and Tongan. And over the years, I've studied Armenian and Georgian as well, and a language from Africa called Wolof. So I'm a linguist, okay? That's my thing.
Okay.
And so the other component to this is that when I was 12 years old, I'm 34 now, I don't care if you know my age, we hosted a blind exchange student from Ukraine who lived with my family for a year. Her name's Olga. In fact, I am going to introduce you to her because I think she would be an awesome guest on the
Oh, cool.
podcast. She now
Awesome.
lives with her husband and son in Australia.
Okay.
Sons, she's got 2 sons in Australia, and she travels all over the world. They're in Bolivia and Peru now. They were in America earlier this summer, or doing an RV trip around. I mean, she's been all over the place. She's got so many interesting stories, so you should definitely interview her.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
She's a fascinating person.
That's
So we had her, and I started learning Russian when I was 12 from her. We shared a room. So for those of you out there, I have tried to learn how to read and write some Ukrainian and speak it, but the opportunity to learn it was never there formally in school, so it's all been self-taught. I know that that's a hot button topic right now, so let me just throw it out there. I would like to learn some more Ukrainian.
oh, there you go.
Never had the chance to take it at a university or formal level, so, have mercy on me, people.
Right.
Um, so when I had the chance to start my studies at a different university, I could major in French, Spanish, or Russian. I had already learned a lot of French and Spanish in high school, and so I did I already knew Spanish really, really well, and I knew that in Texas I'd have the opportunity to, get fluent. So I chose to double major in French and Russian. Now, when I transferred to OU, I could only afford to major in one thing, so I did Russian. But
Mm-hmm.
so I graduated from OU in 2017. And when I was in my senior year, I got invited to attend the first World Congress for People with Disabilities in the city of Yekaterinburg, or in English you'd
Oh,
say Yekaterinburg. It's in
Okay.
Russia, and it's in the Ural Mountains. It's sort of where Asia and Europe meet, okay? If you were to look at a map, it's in the Ural Mountains. I think it's 10 hours ahead of us right now, time-wise, if that gives you an idea.
Okay.
And so, like, literally, it's where the continents of Asia and Europe come together. And I had made friends, and I won't say their names or exactly where they're from because politically it's really sensitive inside Russia right now. If the government
got
thinks
you.
that you're friends with a foreigner, you could be labeled a foreign agent or could get in trouble with working for one, so I'll be careful. But I made some friends with several blind people that were graduate students or
Mm-hmm.
working young professionals.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 13 years old in Texas, there was another young lady who was a foreign exchange student who lived with a different family from Russia. And so she introduced me to several other friends of hers and now mine who were young, go getters in a major city in Russia.
Oh,
And so
nice.
we found out that they did not have good phones or computers. Some people needed canes, some needed braille displays because the government support was really spotty, if at all. Not like in America where there's more, where there was more support at the time. I should say was because it's not like it used to be.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so we thought, well, what could we do to help this group of young people? And so we founded the Laurel Wheeler Foundation because when you're thinking about raising $5,000 and taking $5,000 to $10,000 of supplies over there, it makes sense, right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
we couldn't have imagined where all this went. So in September of 2017, we took our lunch trip, my dad and I. We went
Mm-hmm.
to Russia and then we went to the countries of Georgia and Armenia in the Caucasus Mountains and in the Caucasus region. My mentor from the University of Oklahoma, who taught me my Russian and is like, I consider him like family to me. He's literally a mentor to me. I used to be really shy and I wasn't really like comfortable with public speaking and all of that. And I just wasn't a very confident person when I went to OU. His name is Rachik Virabyan, and he pulled me out of my shell and really helped shape me. So shout out to him. I
Awesome.
Awesome.
literally, I can't even
I
tell
can't
you
even
the
picture
impact
you
this.
shy though.
Well,
I'm trying to picture that. I
I
can't even
was
picture
though.
that.
But see, I was though. I'm telling
Right.
you, because
Right.
I had gone through a lot of discrimination academically and some experiences prior to OU that burned me.
Right.
So
Got you.
Right.
I
Gotcha.
lost a lot of my confidence and I just didn't. I was like happy to sit in the back and hide, okay? I
Right.
mean,
Right.
but
Well, it's good that you
Rachik,
had that person in college though to
man,
bring you that confidence and that
I
boost
don't
back.
even like, I am who I am in large part because of his impact on my life, okay?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, and so, he's ethnically Armenian, but grew up in Tbilisi, Georgia, which is the capital of
Okay.
Georgia, the country, and he grew up back when it was still the Soviet Union. And so, inspired by him, I went to those two countries and I met with leaders of the blind and visually impaired communities in Yerevan, Armenia, and in Tbilisi, Georgia, because I
Okay.
really wanted to serve them as well. So we delivered supplies, from a major city in Russia through Georgia and Armenia. Um, and from there, I got back to America and it kind of, I got a lot more requests from all over Russia, but also Belarus and Ukraine. And I found other ways to help other people in the countries I just had mentioned. Um, and I had the opportunity in 2018 in June to meet up with a friend of mine who had been studying abroad in St. Petersburg. And I
Okay.
had the
Ah.
opportunity to do the Trans-Siberian Railroad from St. Petersburg, which is in western Russia. It's really close. Like you could, when the trains were still running between Helsinki, Finland, and St. Petersburg, you could get there by train in 3 hours. Of course,
Okay.
it's not that easy anymore, but
Right.
back in the day,
Right.
pre-war.
Yes.
Yes.
So I went from there to Moscow to Novosibirsk, which is the capital of Siberia, all the way out to Lake Baikal, Ulan-Ude, and Irkutsk. And if you were to look at a map, you would know that, or you would see that Lake Baikal is in far eastern Russia. The time is 12 to 13 hours ahead of us, if that gives you guys
Right.
an idea. And it's about 50 miles-ish where I was at from the Mongolian border, if
Oh,
that gives you
wow.
an idea.
Right. Yes.
And along that entire route, I delivered, $10,000 to $15,000 more worth of supplies to blind and visually impaired people all along the route. And I presented at some round tables and some things like that. And so that was an amazing experience because I got to meet blind people from all across Russia, right?
Right.
And obviously this was before the war, and anyway, it was just a fascinating experience culturally. I loved it. And then in 2019, it was easier for me to bring my volunteer. In my case, it was my sister-in-law, Sarah. Shout out, Sarah. To
Yep.
Helsinki, Finland, and I could at the time bring volunteers from different parts of Russia and meet up in Helsinki, Finland, and get supplies that way into Eastern Europe, whether it was Russia or Belarus or Ukraine. And so I did that in 2019, and I did it in early 2020 before the pandemic, each delivering, another $10,000 to $20,000 market value.
Right.
Not face value because we bought everything, at a good deal used.
Right.
But market value is maybe that much in supplies each time. And then when the pandemic hit, obviously our work really was on pause because the borders were all closed.
Yes.
We were
Right.
still able to periodically help people based on what I could order online and have delivered to them, but it was harder. The next real chunk of work I was able to do, I moved to Helsinki, Finland in 2020 in October.
Okay.
And I did my graduate degree over there from the University of Helsinki in Russian studies. And that's where I learned Finnish. And my guide dog, Rota, he's Finnish. So I became the first, or one of the first foreigners in Finland to get a guide dog. And that's its own story. But when the war broke out, in 2022, I was laying in my bed in my apartment in Helsinki, and I mean, it was like 5 a.m. when it all kicked off and started.
Yeah, it was.
Of course, being a Russian studies major, obviously that's my direct area of expertise, right? My wheelhouse.
Right.
Well, Olga, my friend who was a foreign exchange student with us that I told you about,
Right.
she's now the one living in Australia and traveling. She is from eastern Ukraine, from the city of Kharkiv, is the Russian pronunciation. Those of you who, please forgive me for you pro-Ukraine people. I hope I don't butcher this. I think it's Kharkov, maybe. I don't know. Somebody please correct me because I don't know the Ukrainian pronunciation, and I'm sorry about that.
Yes,
But
and it's all right. Any listeners out there, just let us know if it's right.
yeah, listen, I know. I'm just trying to make sure, I don't want to offend people politically, okay?
Right.
So, I don't know. I'm just full disclosure. I don't know. Like, I know Kiev is now Kyiv. Kyiv. I'm not a Ukrainian speaker yet. But anyway, so I try to respect the pronunciation, okay?
Right.
But, so she is from Eastern Ukraine. And she knew a lot of blind and visually impaired people or, families with blind children who were fleeing from Ukraine into Poland and elsewhere. So her and her husband, Anthony, they flew to Warsaw in March. And they started literally meeting people coming off the trains with nothing but the clothes on their backs.
Oh, wow.
The fighting was bad.
Yes.
And so I went to Poland in March, and I took a lot of supplies from Helsinki to Poland, like a lot, to not just Warsaw, but also to another. There's a school for the blind called the Lasky School for the Blind. It's run by Catholic nuns. It's just outside of Warsaw in Laski, Poland. And they had a group of sighted parents primarily, but with young blind children that were being housed there. And then there's another school for the blind in southern Poland. Well, they have all disabilities there, but they had a large group of teenage and young adult Ukrainian blind refugees, and even other types of disability refugees were represented there. But they are in Dąbrowa Górnicze. I remember how you guys, if you're listening, taught me to say it,
Right.
which is basically near Katowice, which is down by Krakow in Polish. And so I delivered supplies there, and then I went back and did more a second time in April. My mom actually flew over and brought stuff from the United States and went with me to Poland. We based out of Helsinki. Like, she flew and met me in Helsinki.
Right.
It was actually cheaper for her to come to Helsinki to me and then for us to go to Warsaw. So we took supplies there, and then I went back a third time, and the mayor of Dąbrowa Górnicze and that little town down there recognized me. So for my work, for my humanitarian work, but indulge me. Let me tell you some stories if you don't mind, because
No, don't mind.
I feel like even though that was years ago, the world needs to hear it, you know?
Right.
Yes.
The school for the blind in Kharkiv was bombed.
Oh,
And
man.
the group of young adults and teenagers who we met and took technology to, we took everything from magnifier CCTVs to phones or computers, because you got to think about this, okay? Even the individual families that we helped that were not associated with those two schools, if you're a refugee and you're fleeing, okay, in Ukraine, they primarily had desktop computers because they were cheaper. That's what they could afford. You're not
Right.
going to carry that out of your burning building,
No,
or
no.
when you're confined to only what you can really carry.
Right.
And think about this. If you're trying to get refugee status in the EU and you can't see to fill out the paperwork, how are you going to do it if you don't have a computer or a smartphone?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You're not gonna be
That
able
is
to
so
do.
true.
So
Exactly. And so, like, there were people that moved on to Germany and Sweden and other places, but like the Red Cross and other organizations were not handing out computers and smartphones, right? So we filled in the gap. But listen to this. So this young group of people from Eastern Ukraine, from the School for the Blind in Kharkiv, I think they were eating a meal, if I remember right. And the air raid sirens had gone off, and of course they were used to it. And they had gone under the tables and stuff when they heard there was an explosion, and like the windows shattered,
Oh,
and part of the
man.
roof was ripped open.
Wow.
Like a bomb exploded and did damage to the school. I know another family that had to leave when their apartment building was on fire from a bomb.
Wow. Wow.
Okay?
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
I know a family with a young blind child who kept begging her dad to come take cover with them when they would hear the sirens go off because she was afraid of the planes. I mean,
Yeah, and even back then though, like I remember them saying, like at this point, just everyday men were going out to help fight. Like they were,
they were being compelled to.
yeah, they were being compelled to go
And
fight.
at the time as well, like by April, a lot of young men were not easily able to leave Ukraine, like legally by law.
Right, right.
If you hear the barking in the background, my guide dog's barking, but
It's all right. He's saying hello.
It's real tough.
he
It's
is.
real tough.
So we raised about $40,000, but the market value of what we gave away, if you were to total up what it would go for normally, like the Poles, I want to thank the Polish people. They were super generous. They often sold us things at big discounts, and it was all hands on deck trying to help people, okay?
Right, right.
And Olga's husband, Anthony, shout out to him too, because he's awesome at finding great deals. The market value of what we gave away exceeded $100,000.
Wow. So
And
that's just
so
the impact that you did even before and during the
Everything.
during the war and everything.
yeah. And so after all of that, I moved back to the United States in August of 2022. And then in our next kind of project was that in November of 2023, we went to Romania.
Oh.
And in between there, we had sent supplies to Uganda and to Vietnam through some partners. And I'd also helped out some blind students in Peru. But I didn't go to, I was in Peru, but not as a foundation trip. It was a missions trip from church. But through some friends and partners, we helped out the blind in Gulu, Uganda, which is in northern Uganda, and then a school for the blind in Vietnam. Um, and so that was really cool, really impactful. And then, of course, our Romania project. So we took Braille displays and old Victor reader streams and a Braille printer and computers and smartphones and canes and talking, medical thermometers and talking kitchen thermometers for cooking and all kinds of stuff to blind people all over Romania that our network of volunteers and couriers helped us disperse. My mom and I went to Romania, and that was an amazing trip. Our Romania team leader, her name is Mariana Barbu, and I might
Right.
even hook you up with her. She would be a fascinating interview as well.
That would
Ah,
be good.
that would
Yes.
She is fighting for equality and for accessibility in Romania for blind people, and we support her wholeheartedly. We're actually working on getting her over here to attend World Services for the Blind
Okay.
for
oh, that's
training.
awesome.
So we love her. So we were able to make an impact in Romania, and then um, in 2024, because like when I started the foundation in 2017, I didn't really see a need to work in America because at the time, Voc Rehab and State Services did a pretty good job at serving the blind over here.
Right.
And I'm not blaming it on one party or the other, but I noticed in 2024, after COVID and after everything, state services, I mean, everything's gone downhill, right?
Yes, it
Yes,
has.
And
yes, it
so,
has.
so we, our first real project stateside was that we did our Christmas project last year. And for blind people around the country that either might be isolated at Christmas time or maybe we're not financially privileged enough, we tried to step in and help provide them like Christmas boxes, but not just for them, but for their families too, so that they could be empowered to be givers. And we also, at the beginning of this year, started Learn to Code Tuesdays on Zoom every Tuesday from 10 to noon Central Time because we're wanting to start building like networking opportunities and skill building because our mission, I guess I should have said this a long time ago, but I don't know, I never got around to it. Our mission is
It's
to provide the
okay.
blind with technology, training, resources, and networking opportunities, right?
Right.
So we have partnered with Techopolis Online Solutions and Taylor Arndt and Michael Doyce, and we teach Learn to
Yes.
Code every Tuesdays on Zoom. If
There
you
you
want
go.
to if you want to watch it, you can find Taylor Arndt's YouTube channel. Her last name is
Yes.
ARNDT, or you can email Laurel Wheeler Foundation at gmail.com if you want a Zoom link, and we'll send you a registration link. It's free, it doesn't cost anything. And you can come learn to code every Tuesday. That's one thing we do. And then we've begun to assist blind and visually impaired people in the United States who need help getting a cane or getting a computer or getting a smartphone who can't afford one, or even a braille display or different types of assistive technology. And so we also take donated technology. If your listeners out there, if you guys have old computers or phones or braille stuff or braille books or old magnifiers or whatever, we can recycle that. Um, you can get a hold of Vic and Rena or me, and we will wipe the data on the device and we will get it to a blind person either here in America or internationally. And it doesn't even matter if it's a 20-year-old Victor Reader Stream or a
That's
PackMate. We've
awesome.
used
Oh,
Braille displays off PackMates before.
Oh, there you
oh,
go.
that is
I have
I'm
a
so
awesome.
question
serious.
for
Like,
you. One question I would have for you is let's say someone has an iPhone, let's say it's like an iPhone 13 and it might be locked to like one of the networks, but they are not using it anymore. Are they able to still donate that?
yeah, because I think there's ways I can get it unlocked out of the network.
Yeah, yeah. And I know there's ways. I just didn't know if you guys, and so like if we give a phone here, right? Someone gives a phone here from the United States, and you want to, let's say you give it to someone in another country, like in Russia,
Yeah.
will they still be able to use it even though it's from the United
So
States?
yeah, so what we do is, and we can't help as much in Russia, but we help all over the world.
Right.
We're
Yeah. That's what
actually
I'm.
our Lions Club is doing a project to help a school for the blind in Kenya. So go
Yes.
read about
SEL?
that on our. You guys can link to our Facebook page, the club,
Yes,
if you
we
want.
will. Yeah,
Go
we're
read
gonna put
about
all
that,
that.
guys. They're collecting supplies too, so you guys can help support that.
Oh,
Right.
But typically what we'll do is we'll unlock the phone. Like I can call the carrier or do whatever I need to do to get the phone unlocked. And once it's unlocked, yeah, you can take it anywhere in the world. We're collecting supplies to help the blind in Tonga and in the Pacific Islands and Polynesia. So that's also coming up. Hopefully next year, we're wanting to start a technology center for the blind there,
That's
and help
awesome.
blind and Tongans with disabilities and maybe even Samoans and Fijians too, from around
Right.
the
that's
Pacific.
awesome.
So what we'll do is if the device, so like some devices, like I give you an example, some of the iPads, like fourth generations and fifth generations, they might not work here in America because they might not be updated, to the right
Right.
iOS.
Right.
But to a technology trainer in Kenya or in, some other far-flung country
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't have, like, they're having to teach voiceover or a screen reader and get people to just remember it all for if they ever get to see it someday.
Right.
An old iPad is life-changing because they can actually still teach someone the gestures and how to, you know what I mean?
Right. How to be able to even use it.
Yeah, so if it's an old piece of technology, we can still send it abroad. I'm not saying we don't send nice stuff abroad too, we do, but what I'm really getting at is that there's a place for everything, right?
Right.
And
Yes.
so I don't know if a donated individual phone will go to America or to abroad. It really depends on what applications I have in the queue and what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we vet people. So, and if you are in need of help yourself, don't let that scare you. What it really means is I interview the recipients to find out, what they really need. Because oftentimes we identify a bunch of other needs that somebody will have besides the primary thing they apply for, right?
Yes.
Um, or they may not know, like, oh, my vision is this, but I don't really know what I need. We'll help them. We also, if you're in the United States, so like it's easier to verify someone's raw need in a country like Romania or Tonga or Kenya. In the United States, we might ask for some proof of visual impairment and maybe just proof that you're like either a student or, that you're on government assistance or that you're, not making $100,000 a year with 40,000 of expendable income, or you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Right.
and now I'm not
Yes.
saying, I mean, the cost of living's stupid, so you might make a good salary and still can't afford your stuff.
Exactly.
We don't have a hard cutoff, but it's more like a case by case. We're evaluating people, right?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Like whether or not you really have a need. But if you think you do, reach out and I'll help you through that process. Um, but yeah, we take like our shout out to Crown of Life Lutheran Church where I go. They just donated, their members dug all their donated technology out from their drawers and donated lots of technology, thousands of dollars worth, and I'm incredibly grateful for them. And I
Oh,
think that's one other
wow.
area that if you're listening to this podcast, if you want to help out, if your business or church or some community club that you're part of or organization that you're part of, nonprofit, has old computers or tablets or smartphones laying around, you could donate them to us. And we are a 501c3 nonprofit. It's all tax deductible if you want it to be.
That's awesome. And how would they get it over to you if it's anybody listening?
So if it's local in the Dallas Fort Worth area, we can come get it. If it's anywhere in America, you can contact me, Laurel Wheeler Foundation at gmail.com, or contact Vic and Rena, who will forward it
Yes.
to me, and
Okay.
you can ship it to us. Or, I mean, honestly, if somebody had a massive amount that was better as like checked bags in an airplane, and if it was worth it, I'd come get it.
Okay.
Oh,
But
Cool.
where there's a will, there's a way, right?
yes.
Right. Right.
The
Right.
other thing I would love networking for help on, well, there's lots of things, but one of the other things I'm specifically looking for, I've been contacted by a young blind man in Yemen who's an Arabic speaker, and he's in need of a Braille display amongst other things so that he can learn English and really um, have better access to life. But I don't know how to get technology to Yemen. I'm trying to use my avenues and networking, but if anybody's got a connection, also, Sierra Leone. I've had people contact me from Sierra Leone. And so, if anyone has any community connections that would ever be able to help me facilitate any of that, reach out. That is a need that we directly have. And there's other
Okay.
volunteer things that people can do too. Like if you are good at grant writing and you want to help us research and write grants, If you're really good at maintaining a website, you know, if you're really good at planning events and you want to help us plan fundraisers, because, it takes money.
Right.
To
Takes money to
do
do all
like
this.
now,
Yes.
we don't want to be like the Red Cross, okay, or some giant group where like 70% or 50% or some big number is overhead costs. So I
Right.
want to publicly disclose yes, I make a salary, but I make a salary because a few specific donors donate specifically to my salary. We are like at 98% of our donations and our funds go directly towards the people that we're helping. We try
Right.
to keep it as close to 100% as possible, okay?
Yes.
Yes.
So if you want to make a donation, you can go to laurelwheelerfoundation.org and do it. LaurelWheeler foundation.org. And of course, people think about like that all of supporting a foundation might just be monetarily, but actually, you guys know how the social media algorithms are. If you
Yes.
guys want to go follow us, we've got a Facebook, an X, an Instagram, and a YouTube, and following us and sharing our posts would really help the algorithm.
Yes.
Yeah, because I follow you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah, you
follow
do.
you guys, and I know one thing that you guys did do last past year, and I hope y'all do it again.
Loved
Is
it.
the Christmas light tour? I think I want
Yes.
to be a
Oh, we'll
part
do
of
it
it this
again.
year. I want
So
to be a
yeah,
part
that
of that one.
that is one of
Yeah.
the fun things, and we're gonna try to do some more of them over the fall. But we have often or tried to several times go do like Christmas light looking or like oh what else did we do? We did something else. I can't remember.
Y'all
There were a
did the
few other things,
Christmas.
but we had someone verbally describing it, audio describing it live.
Yes, it was
And we'll
great.
do
It was
more of
awesome.
that live streamed on Facebook for sure. We'll do more of that because it's a
Yes,
lot of fun.
it was a
Oh,
lot of
it
fun.
was looking at tulips. Our board member Marcy, who's also one of my best friends, took me to go look at in Waxahachie, which is south of the Metroplex. They grow tulips in the spring, and we went and we did a little Facebook live. She audio described the different kinds of tulips we saw.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
So we also do Lego builds. So if
Yep.
you guys are ever fans of Lego and you think, oh, I wish I could build that, but I can't see because I can't access the directions, there's two things you need to know. One is a different nonprofit called Bricks for the Blind. They have volunteers that write text-based Lego instructions for. I mean, they've got over 300 sets on their
Oh,
website.
wow.
They also have people that are testers that test the directions. I did that for a set of theirs. Um, but what we do specifically is one of the barriers, and I love Bricks for the Blind, so if you guys are listening, don't take this personal. The directions are hinged upon a sighted person doing the Lego sorting, and not everybody has a sighted person around. So what we do is our foundation has volunteers, again, it's been from my church or my mom, so shout out, who have
Shout
sorted the
out.
Lego sets into Braille labeled and large print labeled bags. And if you sign up for one of our Lego builds that we host on Zoom, we will send you a pre-sorted Lego kit. And you can build it with us. We do it on Zoom just because it's a fun community thing. What was it we built a
We
month
did
ago?
this.
The
We the
daffodils.
sunflowers and the daffodils. Yep.
Yeah, it was fun, wasn't it, y'all?
Yes.
Yes.
We're gonna do
Yes.
a red sports car in September, and then we're gonna do a unicorn, and we're also gonna do a holiday build.
Oh, there we go.
Now for those, we ask people to donate $10 if they're able to help pay for the Lego costs. But if you're not able, it doesn't prevent you from participating. It's just appreciated.
Right.
We've also done things like we've helped start beat baseball again here
Yes.
locally. That's been fun. You guys have come out and played.
Yes.
And we're gonna work on blind tennis and blind learn to skate, ice skating, and hockey.
Oh, I'm there for the tennis.
Hey, while I have you on the phone, while we're on podcast, right? So I was thinking, I was just telling Rena the other day, like, I'm gonna talk to Laurel, and I was like, she's doing beat baseball and everything. I was like, one thing that I really want to do is tandem biking.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, especially over there where you guys are at, because I mean, there's a lot of stuff over there.
We've
I'm like,
got a tandem bike. We just would have to find volunteers with tandem bikes who could be pilots, and they call the people in the back are stokers.
yeah,
Yes.
stokers.
I
Yeah,
love tandem bike riding.
yes,
Man,
My
I
dad.
loved it.
yeah. I
You
love
know, I
going.
did. So back when I was in high school, fun fact, or maybe I was in, no, I was in high school. My dad and I rode the 25-mile race of the Hotter Than Hell 100.
Oh,
Really?
there you go.
Yeah,
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go.
I would love to do
oh,
that
I think,
again someday
I
too.
think, I think we should all just go out there as the Blind Lions Club and go do some motorcycle riding.
Okay. Hey, listen. One of my biggest dreams, and I am dead serious about this.
Uh-huh.
One of my biggest dreams to do a fundraiser for my foundation would be to do a motorcycle ride from somewhere to somewhere, like,
Right.
ending at a brewery or somewhere that we could celebrate.
uh-huh.
Right.
And my dad has a motorcycle, but he's not able to help me, like, to drive me as often on it.
Right.
If anybody is, and I'm not talking about like the dangerous biker gangs, but I'm talking about like the
Yeah.
fun social biker clubs out there, If
Yes.
anyone is part of one, you would make me incredibly happy. Like, you would literally bring me so much joy if you would take me motorcycle riding, or if you would help me organize a big motorcycle ride for a charity benefit for my
That would be
nonprofit. I'm
awesome.
so
You know
serious.
what?
Please.
I think if we could find someone who could do like motorcycle charity ride, and then the
Please.
blind people will read the directions in Braille, and then raise money
Yeah, we
that
read the
way.
direction and then we get people with bikes big enough for two and we put blind people in the
Yeah,
back seat. No,
Yeah,
seriously, if any of
yes.
you guys have connections out there to
let's
biker
do
like
it.
groups, will you please? I'm so serious.
That would be
Please.
fun.
Yeah, that would be
It's one of
awesome.
my dreams.
That
We've
would
had
be
a golf
awesome.
tournament. We've done like dining in the dark events where, like, I know that that's a sensitive topic in our community, but we make sure that people understand it's a small taste of how you can use your other senses in an activity, but it's
Right,
not a representation of my life. You know what I mean?
right,
No.
right. No, it's just
I
saying.
But
think dining in the dark is fun.
Yeah,
oh,
I
it
think
is
that would
fun.
be.
It is fun. I would also love to organize like brewery nights. We did a
Oh,
Texas
yes.
Rangers night at the ballpark with my church. That was fun.
Yep,
We raised a lot of good money there.
yep.
I would love to do the Frisco Rough Riders. If you guys are listening, hey,
Yeah,
yo,
let's do it.
please
Oh,
come meet me.
yes.
I would love to do college football, like fundraisers. I would love to do a concession stand once at a sporting event,
That
but
would
we
be
need
awesome.
sighted volunteers to do that. I'm just
Yes.
For
like throwing
any
out my fundraising pipe dream ideas in
ideas?
case anyone ever like is listening that would actually want to help me do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Anyone listening out there, y'all want to help out?
I'd
Any
be
give
down for
ideas?
benefit concerts if somebody ever wanted to like do a cover. If somebody's ever like in some cover band and you want to do a concert to help us
Or we
raise
could do a
money, I'd be
karaoke
down.
night.
Huh?
Or you could do a karaoke night.
Go. Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
karaoke. Hey, karaoke and beer.
Let's go, man. Hey, that'd be pretty good. A couple beers in, that'd be pretty.
Right.
But yeah, like I'm all about the different fundraiser ideas and stuff. So one area
Yes.
we could use volunteers is like people that can help us organize those types of things.
Yes.
Because as much as I'm not, I would say that maybe if you were to ask me what is the hardest thing about running or being the founder of a nonprofit, I would say I am not always great at selling or fundraising, if
Right.
you know what I mean. It's not my
Yes.
Yes.
strong suit.
Yes.
But if we had some, and like we've done great, like our volunteers so far, it's been great so far. But what I'm really saying is if there are people out there that would want to help us put together events like that, like I would love someday to have a holiday party at a hotel or somewhere nice like that was also a fundraiser for the foundation, like a maybe not a formal gala yet, but like, a holiday party and
Yeah, like a
caroling
holiday
and
party.
like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome, actually.
I would really love that. Like my dream would be to do it in Grapevine where, our blind people could take the trains in, but then people from all over the Metroplex could come.
Grapevine would be an
Yeah.
awesome location.
Yeah.
I
That's actually
I dream of that. Like just stuff like
Yes.
that, right? If
Yes.
people out there listen and want to help us host events, or heck, if you're in a different city, like if you're in, I don't know, Chicago or the Twin Cities,
Chi-town.
hey, Chi-Town, let's go. I want to come visit. Or if you're in New York or LA or some other city, right?
Yes.
And you would be willing to put together a successful fundraiser for our nonprofit, I'd fly out there. We did a Dining in the Dark in Fort Collins, Colorado.
Let's
Oh,
go.
I'd come
all
out there.
right.
So, if you, I mean, I would be willing to public speak, or if you are out there in some other city and you're like, well, man, I'd love to help fundraise or event plan or put on some sort of Laurel Wheeler Foundation event, but I'm not in DFW, fine, I don't care. Contact us. I'll come out there.
Yep. There
I'll
you
come.
go.
Awesome.
She's a traveling soldier.
I love travel, and this has nothing to do but with nonprofit stuff, but I will say out there, okay, along with my dream of visiting Chicago, I also, so I'm a huge military fan. I'm just throwing this out there because you never
Oh,
know
there
who's
you
going to
go.
hear it, right?
Yep. No, you
Okay, so
never
shameless.
know.
I'm just, because I
I'm gonna
want,
go
oh my
drop it
God.
off at all the Air Force bases.
Listen, listen,
Baby
so,
skills.
listen, so I'm also looking for more work, like a second job or contract work or whatever, right? Or,
Uh-huh.
for other military related nonprofits that would let me volunteer to help serve. If I were sighted, I would have enlisted in the Navy when I turned 18. It was my dream. And if God ever lets me see through technology, through neuro, link or some implant or through whatever means, I would enlist. But the point I'm making is, if anybody out there has any connections where I could serve and give back and support the military, I would do it. But also, my dream is to go up to go the East Coast. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
Virginia to Groton, Connecticut, and see the old submarines and old Navy ships and oh my gosh, I
Oh, that would
live
be
on it,
Oh,
awesome.
live on it,
Yeah. Hey, those are
live
some
for it.
dreams that you can do it.
I literally
yes.
live for it. Oh
Yes.
my gosh,
That'd be awesome. Yeah, you can even go speak at like it would be cool just to go speak at like the bases, you know?
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah. I
Yeah, that'd be
mean, I don't know if I have anything to impart to those people. It's more like they've got things to impart to me. My
yeah.
heroes are Navy SEALs and operators like that, and not just for what they do, but for their leadership style, right?
Right, right.
Yes.
How they learn, how they teach people to lead, and what you can learn about um, how to lead and how to serve from these people. I mean,
Right.
truly, you know.
Yes.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
yeah.
Well,
So,
that's awesome.
and I
Well,
guess
that's
if anybody, I mean, I know that we talk a lot about nonprofit work and stuff, but people always like to get to know the person too, like who's running. So my other hobbies outside of what we've already talked about are love dogs. I love dog training. I really want to get Rota in dog sports. Um,
oh.
Oh.
I'm way into that. Love
Yep.
if you guys out there own Dutch or German Shepherds or Belgian Malinois, I love you guys. Oh yeah, let's go.
there
Um,
you go.
I mean Rota's a Labrador, but I love the working breeds. Like I said, I love hockey. Go Blackhawks. Um, and I've enjoyed travel. I've been to 20 different countries, and I've been blessed. A lot of it's been nonprofit work, and some of it's just been personal travel too. And yeah, our website and social media has all of our adventures on it.
Right. So
Yes.
I have a question. I don't know
Fire
about
away.
Rena, but my question for you is, you did all this traveling, especially, during the war and when you went to Russia and those other countries out there, like as a blind individual, because you were blind at the time. So how was the traveling? Like, were you by yourself and
So I would say obviously traveling to Russia or Romania is going to be different than
hmm
traveling to Finland or
right,
Norway, right?
right,
Yes.
right.
Um, I mean, I lived in Finland by myself.
hmm
Um, when I went to Russia, I either went with my dad the first time or met up with a friend the second time. Um, and even when we were visiting certain cities, we had Russian friends there, okay? Like we knew people.
Right. Okay,
When I
gotcha.
was in Poland, I was working with Olga and her husband and their volunteer group. So I knew people. When I went to Romania, Mariana Barbu, her family hosted us. And so
Nice. So you
typically when we
always knew
go,
somebody.
we work with local people because the thing is, I might be a pretty independent blind person. I'm not perfectly independent. Nobody is,
No.
but,
No.
the local blind will know the community and the country and what the conditions are like the best, right?
Right.
And so I would say, when I'm doing nonprofit work, I try not to do it alone. Well, first of all, for two reasons. Number one, okay, practically, a lot of times we're carrying so much checked baggage that I bring someone along, whether
To
it be my
help you with
mom or a
that.
volunteer or somebody to help me carry it. Because
Yes.
it's usually a couple 100 pounds of stuff.
Right. Right.
And I might be a strong woman, but like I only got so many arms, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Um, and but also like when we go to Tonga, we're gonna be with the local blind people there. Because that's what's gonna help us serve the most amount of people. Now, leisure travel, I've gone to Finland, obviously, but I have like lots of Finnish friends.
Mm-hmm.
I've traveled in, usually I knew people or had somebody that went with me, just by nature of the travel itself, right? Like the vacation or the study abroad or the whatever. But I've been to Norway and France and Ireland and Germany and Switzerland and went through Italy by train, but didn't really leave the train. But
Right.
Monaco, Peru, I was on a missions trip. And so I would say I've been to Canada too. Yay, blind
Okay.
hockey. Um,
Yes.
so I'd say my favorite country is Finland, but it's because I lived there and learned how to build a life there.
Right.
Understood.
If I were to travel solo, alone, I dream of going on a Seeable Holidays vacation. They're based out of the UK, but I can't afford to do that yet. But I would love to go on one of their guided tours and pick a place that might be harder to access alone blind, like maybe Panama or somewhere. But if I was going to go somewhere alone as a blind person, solo travel, like not foundation work, because foundation work, like I said, you're working with other people, right?
Right.
If I were going to go somewhere, I would maybe go Iceland would be fun. The UK would be fun. I've gone to the UK, but technically just overnighted.
Okay.
Oh, that's
I
my dream
also
to go to
dream
the
of
UK.
visiting Spain and Portugal. Um,
Oh,
I dream of walking part of the Camino. That would be fun.
There you go.
Um, I want to go to parts of Canada. I definitely want to go to Alaska, which is not abroad, but it's, U.S., but it's not the lower 48. I want to go to
Right.
Hawaii for sure.
Hawaii is one of
yes,
mine.
Hawaii and Canada. I have friends in Canada. They always tell me, "Oh, Rena, you should come." And
It's
have
fun,
you
man.
been?
I love
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
Toronto's fun.
Yeah, they say everybody's so laid back there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
a good friend there. She's been trying to get me there for
What
years.
part? What part?
She's from Toronto.
Hey, there you go. I was in Toronto.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
I
So
also would love to visit Australia and New Zealand. Um, if I were to pick a more adventurous place that might be more of a challenge alone as a blind person, like, not the easy pick,
Uh-huh.
I think I would say I'm having to actually think. But like I know the listeners like a challenging answer, right? Like
right, right.
not the low-hanging fruit on the tree. I wouldn't mind, Tonga, Samoa, or Fiji, or Vanuatu, or the Solomon Islands necessarily. I mean, I've heard that that's even harder, but um, I wouldn't mind, like I said, Portugal or Spain might be harder. Maybe, I don't know, Spain, probably not. Portugal, maybe because I don't know Portuguese. Um, if I had to pick somewhere in Central or South America, I'd go Costa Rica. Costa Rica, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I
yeah,
was gonna
Costa
Um,
say
Rica.
Costa Rica and
Yeah.
Brazil. I think those would be
well,
my two.
Brazil depends on what part. I know that some parts are less safe than others, and I
Yeah.
to our Brazilian friends advise us. I'd go maybe there. Also, Panama, I've heard is good, but I also really want to go to Argentina and Chile.
Right.
That'd be fun.
Yes.
In Europe, if I were gonna solo travel, I've already said, in Asia, if I had to pick a random place in Asia, I would like to visit Tokyo. I've heard that they have really good accessibility features built into like walking around and stuff.
That'd be
Oh.
cool. Yeah, I think it
Um,
would just be cool. I think we should just all just do a world
if I
tour.
were to have to go to an African country, I'd like to go to the Seychelles or Mauritius.
Okay.
Okay.
There you
I would
go.
do that. Or if I were going to go like Spain, I would take a day trip to Morocco, but I don't know if I'd do that alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I might want to
And
take somebody
if
with
I
you.
were going to go to the Middle East, I'd go to the Dubai, to the UAE.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Dubai.
Dubai.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to travel. In fact, I really want to try to go to as many countries as I can. So, But I even just
Oh,
I want to I want to get better at solo traveling around America. That's been hard for me just because the transport systems in America are so hard and stuff. But
yes.
Yes.
I really want to figure out how to travel to visit like New England and stuff and uh,
Well, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get it down. You will definitely
probably
knock it down, and
probably
you'll have Rota there with you, and
oh
y'all
yeah.
have yeah,
What if
it'd
I
be
make
bomb.
some
You
local
go to New
connections?
England.
Yo, if I
Yes,
make some local connections who could help me access stuff that you can't get to off public transit, I mean, dude, I'd be set.
yeah, there you go.
I'd be
Go
set.
get it done.
Go. I really want to move. My dream is to move out of Texas and live
That's my
somewhere
dream
that's a little
too.
bit more accessible.
That's my dream too. Well, you know what? I moved back here now. I got trapped.
But see,
So
I want to live somewhere. Like there's always pros and cons, right?
Yeah.
So like where I live, like the transportation is great. Now we lived in the Northeast and everything was perfect except transportation. I'm like,
Right.
oh,
but that was
so
only
it's
because
like
that's where we lived though. Like where we lived was
Right, like
like a
elsewhere in another suburb or another
yeah.
part, you'd be fine.
Yeah, because it was in the
Where were you
Northeast.
at?
We were in
outside of
right
Harrisburg.
outside of Harrisburg,
Okay, yeah,
and
okay.
so the transportation there was not good, but
Oh,
the living and the
Sure.
the
the
I've
community
heard
living, everything was
was
great.
great.
I've
But
heard that like Pittsburgh and Philly are pretty good though.
yeah, Philly is
Yes.
very good, and
Is
the
Pittsburgh
suburbs
good?
around Philly. Pittsburgh's good too. Yes,
I've heard that.
yeah, it's good there.
It's expensive though.
Now
Like no.
I just heard that
Equality is wonderful. Like, I don't know, it's like a culture shock when you come to Texas.
yes,
But because I lived in Chicago for 10 years, Chicago,
Yeah.
Illinois, and
Yeah.
then I lived in out right outside of Harrisburg for 3 years. Coming back to the South was, even though I'm a diehard Southern belle at heart, it
Yeah.
was a culture shock
yeah,
because I was like, oh, I can't say that because I'm very vocal, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
okay,
yeah, yeah.
Totally.
I'm being
I mean,
disrespectful now. Okay.
I lived so in America. I've lived in Oklahoma, and I spent like 7 or 8 months in North Carolina in the Raleigh area. Um,
See, that's where I'm hoping to maybe move.
no,
It's
don't. It's not very good public transit wise. It sucks.
no,
No,
Really?
don't. If you want to go to North Carolina, go to Charlotte. It's a lot better transport wise. Here's the
yeah,
deal,
Charlotte was
Raleigh, and
good.
listen, I love you guys out in Raleigh. I love Raleigh. I love you guys. No diss. Here's the problem, the bus system in Raleigh is not very good. If you live outside of the city of Raleigh, it's questionable in
Mhm.
Cary. It's not great. Their paratransit is don't count on it. And if you
Oh
live,
no.
Wow.
a
So
lot of
living
the
out in the
suburbs don't even
suburbs
have
isn't
either. So,
good.
like, trust, I was not able to get around on public transit there. Somebody had to drive me pretty much.
Oh yeah. See, I don't want to be like
Yeah.
that. Like
Don't
I don't
move.
want to rely on no one like that.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Now, I'm not, like I said, it's no diss, guys. And if you're in
Right.
Raleigh and you're making it work as you're blind and you're kick rear end and you're awesome, more power to you. But
Let us know the secret.
Trick.
like what I'm really trying to get at, I guess, is that like if you were to have to pick a city in North Carolina to move to, if you want to move to North Carolina, first of all, housing is really bad there. It's expensive. It's high. But in Raleigh
Did get that.
specifically. But what I was
Yeah.
going to say is like out of all of the cities, if you're going to pick one, I would maybe do the Charlotte Metro.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, then I don't know. I was thinking North Carolina, Minnesota.
The Twin
Um,
Cities would be good, I've heard.
yeah, because she will not move back to Pennsylvania. So
Why
that's
not?
I don't know. There's history there.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so she don't want to move back there.
Well,
But
look, if I were gonna move to anywhere, I'd go Chicagoland if I could, or I would go like Connecticut, or I would go like Virginia, like Norfolk area.
yeah, Virginia
Yes.
too. Yeah, Virginia's a good one too. Those are because I want to be cold. I want to be in the cold. I'm tired of
I've heard
being
the
in the.
I've heard
Feel the
really good things
winter.
about the Twin Cities. I've also heard good things about um. Well, I take that back. I don't know for sure. I've heard great things about the Twin Cities. Um, a lot of good things about that.
Yes.
I've heard obviously good things. We know Chicagoland is good. I know that like Louisville and Cincinnati is all right, I think.
Right.
And I've
Right.
heard that like I mean, obviously Boston's expensive as heck, but like Buffalo,
Yeah, they say
an
Boston is good though.
They
one
said Boston
underrated
is good.
place you should consider is Buffalo, New York.
Oh yeah, yeah, Buffalo, New
I
York.
enjoyed my visit there. I visited there for like a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like we flew to Buffalo and then took the train to Toronto,
Okay.
and they were
Oh.
super nice up there. Hey, you guys from Buffalo, y'all are like the nicest people.
Oh.
And I've
Shout out to
heard that they
Buffalo.
have. I don't know how extensive their bus system is, but I have heard good things, and the cost of living is not as crazy as other parts of the
Right.
country.
Cool. Cool.
So I've
Cool.
heard that it's good.
Right.
But like I'm researching like towns in Connecticut, right? Like Hartford or I don't know. So you guys
Hartford.
from
Hartford,
Yeah.
Connecticut,
yeah.
y'all from Connecticut or from Providence or Rhode Island, holler at me, please. Let me know. I
Let
don't
her
know.
know.
Let me know.
Get
But
back at her.
again, the thing is though, it's so expensive. Like most people can't afford to move right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the honest truth
Mm-hmm.
of the matter.
That is the honest truth, and it's not like a diss. It's
Yeah.
just a fact. Like, a lot of apartment complexes want you to sign an 18-month lease, and I'm like, no,
Yes.
dude. Or
Yeah, and they
like,
want you to put a security deposit, then they want you to put a pet
And you
deposit,
and
then they
you
want you
and you might as well just live in a house while you're renting that
I
because
know,
you're
right?
paying about the same.
I know, and like they're both so expensive these days that like 1,800 to 2,000 just for something small is a significant proportion of a lot of people's income,
Yes.
and they want you to make a certain like 2 or 3 times that for
That.
it's just
Yes.
crazy. So
Yes.
if anybody has the hookup though for any of us to move,
Right.
or like no,
Holla
it's
at us,
because like
let
I
us
will
know.
say like
Talk to us.
you're more likely to find housing that's more affordable from a private landlord, like in a fourplex or a private house, than you are to rent in like some big complex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is so true.
Yeah, you are.
Mhm.
Like when I
Basically.
lived in Finland, I rented my apartment from my landlord, and I found him on Facebook. And some of my colleagues that were fellow students, they went and they vetted him, like to make sure he
He
checked
was
out,
good.
and you know what I
Legit.
mean.
Yeah.
But shout
That's
out to
good.
Danny Hataka, he was an awesome landlord.
Oh, there
And
you
then his
go.
girlfriend, you know how blessed I was when I moved there. It was in the middle of the pandemic, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
October
Mm-hmm.
2020. I went alone, like nobody could go with me, right? We ordered IKEA furniture, had it delivered to that apartment, and him and his girlfriend Venla and their family like put together my furniture.
Oh, that's
Gave me a
awesome.
home to come home to. So shout out, guys, if you
Yeah,
ever
that's
hear
Oh,
this.
good.
that is awesome.
But
And you
In Oklahoma, I rented from a private landlord, and even here in Texas, when I lived in Arlington and went to UTA for a couple of years, I rented from a private landlord who owned a fourplex. So I will say, I feel like the hidden gems out there are in.
Are the private.
are the
Yeah,
private ones. Yeah.
yeah.
So if you're looking for a home, look for a private renter.
I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like that's where it's at, though.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean,
You got to do your research.
oh, for sure. Like,
Yes.
I don't know that I would move somewhere sight unseen in America. Like, I'd want to go and make sure the public transit would be good enough, or the paratransit, or at least walkability, or whatever.
Right.
And I would want to check out the housing situation, but.
Yes. All right,
Well,
Laura. Yeah.
Laurel, it has been a pleasure. I do have one other question
Fire
for
away. And
you.
I'd love to come back someday just for more. We have like a football episode. Let's
Oh
go.
yeah, we will. We're
Yes.
gonna do it. We're gonna do
Do
it.
it. And
Seems like
we're gonna figure out that Red River rivalry bet too.
Oh yeah, we will. We will.
Yeah,
You
we
know
are.
what? You work on it, and I work on it, and the listeners, y'all, we're gonna leave it up to y'all too to see what we should have to
Suggest
do.
us stuff. Suggest
Yes.
us crazy, but like not R-rated, like
Yeah.
crazy family
crazy.
friendly things
Right.
Yes.
that
Yes.
the loser could do. Like do
So
it.
like if I lose, she can come toilet paper my house. If she loses, I can go toilet paper her house in Longhorn
Again, I
stuff.
think it's a pretty good idea to have to wear like if you
The
lose, you got to wear a
jersey.
Texas jersey to an
Yeah.
OU
Yeah.
watch
Yeah.
party.
I think that's what we should do.
Or if I lose, I got to wear my OU shirt to a Texas bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a good one.
That's a good one for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
Or we could make the
And we
other
gotta do a Facebook Live so you
how about
can
that?
so
How about that? We do that and we Facebook Live it, but then we
yep.
also on a podcast episode we make the loser sing the winner's fight song.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I love
You
that
All
down
right.
for
because
that?
she tortured me with the Eagles song.
Yeah.
So
Let's go Longhorns.
Oh my! Let's go Sooners. Let's go. Man, it's been fun, guys. It's been super
yes.
fun.
What's your
My
question?
my one final question is: I know you said that you were shy, and shout out to your and was he like your
Ratchet.
professor,
Oh yeah.
instructor? Shout out to him to get you out of your shell. But have you always been like this go-getter, adventurous
Oh yeah.
type person? Were
Listen,
you always
li-
like this?
I live for the adrenaline, okay? Whether it's skydiving or paragliding in the Swiss Alps and jumping off a mountain or
Oh, let's go.
listen, I think it's one of the reasons I love sports, right? I am all
Yes.
about the adrenaline rush. All
Yeah,
about
there you
it.
go.
I
Oh, so
mean,
see, I've always wanted to do skydiving. So you're the person
I know
I can
exactly
go
where you need to go then. It's up by Sherman. It's there's a skydiving school, but they take blind people all the time. Yep,
Really?
I know exactly where you need to go.
Okay. That's been a dream
Hey,
of mine.
I need to check her
In
heart
fact,
out
okay,
before y'all go,
I'll tell
though.
you what. I'll tell you what. Let's do this, okay? I've got a voucher where I can go there. Like I've already prepaid. I got a good deal. I prepaid for a flight.
Uh-huh.
You're only, I mean, if you find a coupon, it's like 100 to $200 or whatever. I don't know. But what I was gonna say is because it's up there by Sherman, you got to get someone to drive. But why don't we do this? Y'all coordinate with me. We'll get you a coupon. They do it on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. What we'll
Uh-huh.
do is maybe some Friday we will come get you, like meet up, because you drive right through Carrollton. We can meet up somewhere,
Yes.
and we could all go do it. And like my mom and dad don't want to go; they want to watch. But and Victoria, I don't know if you're in or not, Vic. But Rena, you and
Maybe.
me, we could do it together at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
For real
That's been a
though.
dream of mine since
I'm not
I
even
don't know
kidding.
forever.
I'm not joking about that. We should do it together.
No,
Yeah,
I
that'd
would
be
be
awesome.
I would be down for that because
So
everybody thought I
yes,
was crazy. They're like,
I'm
"You want to do
stupid,
what?"
crazy, adventurous. I am crazy adventurous. Yes.
Yes.
Cool,
Always have been.
cool.
Yeah. I'm a
Whatever
daredevil, but I
whatever
don't
the
know about
crazy if
that.
somebody's like, "Oh, that's too crazy." I'm like, "Well, let's go then. I want
Well,
to do
let's
it."
do it.
Let's do it.
You know?
Fall out the
Let's
sky.
not talk about it. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's do it. Like, whether it's paragliding, skydiving, whether it's eating a crazy food, like I eat stuff that people are like, "Well, why? Why?" Whatever it may
Obviously.
be, I'm all about it. I mean, I high-fived a howler monkey, wild monkey hanging out of a tree in Peru just for the kick of it. I mean, I'll do anything, man.
Now,
That's awesome.
now, who do you get that from? Is your mom a daredevil? Is she? Is
No,
it?
she's absolutely not a daredevil. Hey, Mom, I don't think she's going to fault me at all for saying that. She's not necessarily.
So, is it your
Is it your
dad?
dad?
I'd say my dad is more adventurous.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe he's closer to it. I don't know.
Okay.
I would say I feel like I just want to get the most out of life, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
you
got to. You got to
know,
live it all up, right?
So I
also
know people.
I love making haters eat crap. So
Oh yeah.
if you say, "Oh, a blind person can't fill in the blank," oh, I'm probably gonna make you watch me then.
Right. Right. There you
I
go.
love
On
it.
my bucket list, I really want to go tornado chasing and hear a tornado.
Oh, let's go do
Oh.
it.
So, I really that's on. I mean, I've heard some like funnel clouds hanging out of the cloud noises in Oklahoma and stuff, but I've never like full on heard a tornado. I want to hear one.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't experience
Awesome.
one while you were in
No, man. Now,
Oklahoma.
I had some in Norman that came within a few miles of where I lived.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, 5 or 6 miles away, roughly ish.
Okay.
But they weren't very big, and they weren't like I couldn't hear it from where I lived, and it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Not as close as you like. I've had to take cover a lot of times, yeah, but like
Right.
Yeah.
Never got to hear it or
I
actually be a
mean,
part
we
of
did
it.
have one where like my electric went out and it went over my apartment over by the OU campus. I lived over by campus, just north of it,
Right.
and so the power went out, and I'm in this. So you guys will love this story. So this building is a fourplex, and it's on like a cinder block foundation, right?
Uh-huh.
Right.
And there's not an internal like a closet without walls. There's like maybe a 2 foot long hallway, but you can still see like windows and stuff from there. Like there's no really nowhere.
Right.
So I'm just sitting in the hallway. So the electricity goes out, and I hear this sound go over my house, and I'm sure it was like the funnel hanging out of the cloud, probably not just
Uh-huh.
like a funnel cloud, but like the funnel hanging part way to the ground, because it
Yes.
sounded. Everybody says it's a freight train sound. It wasn't. It was more like a waterfall or a jet that you could. It was like, and it was way over your head too. Like you could hear the direction of the wind. It wasn't like just that kind of jet or waterfall noise at ground level hitting your
Yes.
house.
Right.
It was
Right.
straight above me, okay? And it was not like anything else I've ever heard in any
Oh
other
wow.
context. But like I said, it wasn't a deep roar, probably because it wasn't in contact with the ground. It was more like a waterfall or a jet going over. But see, I knew that there was no jet going over my house at that time in the middle of that. So I knew what
Right.
I knew what
You're
it
like, that has
was.
to be something. Yeah.
Right, the
Yes.
context, I kind of knew it. Now my ears did not pop, but I kind based on because I had the weather, the live news coverage up on my phone,
Right.
so based on context, I knew that that was most likely something hanging out of the cloud.
Mm,
Oh wow. Oh,
that's cool. Did you
Dude,
go
I
outside?
was like, oh my god, it's a tornado! Oh my god. Have
Did,
you
did,
guys ever
did you
been in
go?
one?
Did you go outside?
No, 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 no.
No.
Because, well, like I mean, you don't know that thing could hit the ground all of a sudden and be right on you.
yeah.
Right. Real quick. Yeah. No,
Yeah, and the
I.
thing is, like, it was coming towards me too. So it's like, and also I couldn't look out the window and see if it was hailing. So it's like, I want to go tornado chasing, and obviously there's amount of risk for that. But like, if you're chasing with some professionals, or at least like people that are meteorologists or that like are experienced in doing it, or that they know what they're doing, you can minimize your risk.
Yes.
I don't want to hear it so bad that I'm willing to do something
Crazy.
frivolously
Crazy.
stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you
Right. You
guys ever
know,
been in one?
I've never been in one. I've been on the side of one.
Oh, dude,
So
story time.
When
Can I get
yeah.
a story out of you for your podcast? I mean,
Yeah, yeah. So I remember there was two times. One time I was probably around 13 or so. We lived out in the country, out in Roy City, which
oh,
is about on the other side of Rockwall over
yo,
here.
girl, I know that there was a big one out there once.
Yeah, so there was one, and we were in, so we were all outside, like it was at night. My mom
oh
was
my god.
inside, in the living room. My dad, my brothers, and me, we're always the type of people, well, we're gonna go outside.
Yep.
My dad is like, let's go outside and let's go listen. So we lived right off the highway on 276. The tornado's rolling straight down 276,
Oh
and we
my
live off
gosh.
to the side.
Oh man.
Lights went out, winds blowing. You
Oh
can
my
hear the
god.
you can hear the train sound, like it sounded like
Yeah.
and it was loud. And my dad, I was like, Dad, and I'm in a little dining room right off the porch, and I said, Dad, my brother, y'all come inside. No, 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 come outside. My mom's like, get your ass
Oh
inside.
my
And
gosh.
so then I want to
Did the
go be with
ground
my dad.
shake? Did the ground vibrate?
Yeah, it was vibrating.
I've
Oh
never been
my.
and
that close.
and you hear just the wind just blowing.
Was it a
Oh
deep
my
And
sound? Was it like that deep?
yeah, it
Oh,
was a deep
dude. Did your
booming
ears
god.
pop?
sound.
Close.
And I was like, all right, so I go and I'm sitting in my dad's lap, and we're
Did your
just sitting
ears
out here.
pop?
My ears did not pop. No, I
Okay.
don't remember it. Yeah, I don't remember it
So you're
popping.
sitting in your dad's lap.
Yep, just outside on the porch.
Oh
Oh my
my god.
lord.
Just waiting.
Just
Just
waiting.
waiting to
That's.
be sucked up
Yeah,
by
just
the.
Oh my gosh. How about you, Rena? You ever been in one?
Never been in a tornado. I've been in a hurricane.
Now, which
But
hurricane were you in?
oh god. I was in Hurricane Lily, Hurricane Ivan,
Oh my
Hurricane
god.
Henry.
Wait, what? Where were you?
Oh gosh, in my little small town, Midwest Louisiana. So
Because,
my family, they were like Vic's family. Okay, they want
yeah.
to hang out in the carport, start the grill. I'm like,
Let's
you guys,
go.
hurricane parties.
Well, like, okay, so I've been in a tropical storm, but it was not that bad. Were any of the hurricanes you were in, were they like, did it ever get really scary?
it did. Hurricane Lily got scary
Oh,
because it
yeah?
was a tropical storm first, and then when it hit landfall, it was already a Category 3.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, y'all need to come inside. Like I didn't like me being 11 years old. I knew the day. I'm like, y'all, I don't want to die.
Right, right.
Oh my
I forgot
gosh.
my whole life ahead of me.
I'm 11.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh. Ivan was
And
bad too, especially like Mobile,
yes.
Pensacola. It wasn't that bad by the time it got into Alexandria, was it?
Which one? Hurricane
Ivan?
Ivan. Ivan.
Ivan. Ivan was not that bad. Lily was worse.
Oh man, because
Lily came to do damage.
yeah, because Lily
Oh.
made
She
landfall farther
yeah.
west.
Yeah. She turned off all the power. There was no
Mm.
black. She flipped over the grill.
Oh man.
She,
You know it's
she,
going down when the grill flips over. You know it's
Yeah.
going down.
she
Yep.
took my dad's car. I don't even know where. My dad was like, "My car," and my mom's like, "Well, you ain't about to go chase it, so just shut up."
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Well, there goes the car. And so we were at my grandma's house, and all I kept wondering was, "Oh my God, if she's that powerful, what about our house? Because we lived in a trailer."
I know, the trailer
Oh
was gonna. Oh,
no.
the trailer was gonna go flying, rolling down the street.
Somehow, by the grace of God,
Oh.
nothing happened to our trailer. It was
Oh
still there.
my gosh.
Nothing was touched, but everything around it was touched. The
Oh
trees were
my
flipped
gosh.
over. I was like, yeah, Lily was the worst. Hurricane Katrina, I was impacted, but not like New Orleans.
Right, because you were on the
Um,
western side of it.
yeah, all we
Right.
got was rain.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's all we got
I've
is
also
rain.
been in an earthquake.
Oh, I've
Oh,
never been in that.
earthquake. Where
In
were you in an earthquake at?
Oklahoma, actually.
Oh
So,
yeah, Oklahoma did have a couple
well,
years
so
ago.
the one that I felt, it's funny because I was in Oklahoma for a lot of them, but I never felt the others. The
Mm-hmm.
one that I did feel, it was like a 5 point something, and the epicenter was in Kansas, and it
Oh
was felt
wow,
all the way down here. Because I called my mom right after. I was like, hey,
I
I was
do
just in an
remember that.
earthquake.
I
And
think that
she
was
felt it too, right?
yes.
So
I want to say I felt it. I felt something before, but I don't know if it
I
was.
don't remember what year it was. I was at OU, so I think it was in, I want to say it was like 2017 or late 2016 or early
I think it
2017.
was late 2016 because I think it was right before I moved from
I think it
Texas.
was in the fall. Anyway, so
Yes.
so I'm sitting on my couch and I'm sitting a long ways across my couch. And then my guide dog jumps up on the couch. And
Uh-oh.
or I thought my dog did. I'm like, okay, you just bumped the whole couch jumping up here. Okay, I'm studying.
Yeah.
Well, then, okay, so like it's crazy because the whole thing probably lasted a minute, but it felt like it lasted five. So the thing is, it, so I feel that initial movement, and then I feel the couch actually shaking, and I realize my dog's not up here, and I have the presence of mind to go, oh, dude, I'm in an earthquake. This is cool. So I stand up, and I can feel it, the waves moving under my feet. So like, take your hand and like not side to side, but like front to back, like move it.
Right.
It
Right.
wasn't
Yes.
it wasn't an up and down thrust, and it wasn't, for me, it wasn't side to side. The way I was orientated, it was like front to
Front
back,
to back.
rolling. It was
Oh.
rolling, and I could hear
Wow.
everything in my cabinets rattling. And I went, and at the time I could see lights, so I was looking at my lights, and I was like, and I like literally I walked around my apartment, and I noticed how everything moved in the earthquake because I wasn't scared because like it wasn't, I knew it wasn't strong enough to like be
To do
horrible, you
damage.
know?
Yeah.
Right.
And it seemed to me like it lasted 2 or 3 minutes. Now, I'm sure it didn't. I'm sure it only lasted maybe a minute or two at the most. But like time slowed down. Like I had the time and the presence of mind. Because like I've always said, if I'm ever in an earthquake, I really want to like, or if I'm in some sort of an event, I want the presence of mind to remember it all. And
Right.
so it was like one of those moments where like time sort of slowed down and I had the ability to take it all in and just observe,
Live it.
basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Adapt. Yeah, live it.
Yeah, our building shook and everything.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's crazy. And it's crazy. Just think about it that being in, you always hear them in like California, Hawaii, all those other places.
Alaska.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
when I started hearing it happening in Texas, I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then most of them were happening in Oklahoma. People felt it all the way down here.
Yeah, and then there
So,
was that, like I said, that big one in Kansas that you
yes.
felt all the way to Texas and everywhere else.
Yep.
Um, that was an interesting experience for me for sure.
Cool.
Yes. Well, this has been awesome, Laurel.
Man, it's
Thank
been so
you
much
for
fun.
Yes. Yes. So,
it's joining us on this Friday.
Oh,
and I know you have told us, told everybody pretty much how to get a hold of you, how to reach out as far as, networking and connecting, and if they need to donate anything, or even if they want to do
absolutely.
services and stuff. Is there an application or anything if somebody is needing service where
Yes,
they
so
can
it's
reach you out?
available on our website,
Okay.
laurelwheelerfoundation.org, or if you email Laurel Wheeler Foundation at gmail.com with your info, I will call you or email you back, and I'll gather the info and send you the rest of the application process and schedule a time to interview you about what you need.
Perfect. And
Sounds
then
good.
if you can, and I'll reach out to you as well outside of this and have you email me, or I can even just go grab it. But if you can email me like the
The link to
website,
it?
your email address,
Yeah.
and things like that, so then that way I can put it in our show notes. So
Perfect.
that way people can have all that information
That's
to
perfect. And I'll give you my work phone number too so that you
okay.
can publish that in the show notes. If
Perfect.
Sounds
somebody
good.
wants to
Yeah.
text, if I will say, if you want to contact my work number, just text me before you call me, because you guys know how it is. If you see a number you don't know, you think it's spam.
Right.
So just shoot me a
I'm the
text
same
so
way.
I know that it's real.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
you'll end up leaving me a message and I will call you back. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
Oh my
Laura.
gosh,
Sorry
thank
to
you
take
guys,
up your
ladies.
Friday
It was so
night.
much fun.
Yes. Yes.
So
Hope we
much
didn't keep you
fun.
too long from your football game.
No,
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Look, I'll go see what the. Hold on. Hey, Ziggy, what is the Baylor Bears football score?
Let's go, Baylor.
Hold on. Oh, they're losing to Auburn 17-10 at the halftime.
Oh man,
But
come
hey,
on,
I got a
man.
whole second half to listen to. Maybe
Oh,
they'll
there
pull it
you
out.
go. Well, there
Listen,
you go.
I need them to beat Auburn, so please,
Yeah, I
Baylor,
really
please,
I
Baylor.
want the Bears to win.
My
All
brother
right.
went to Baylor, and
Oh, there
his
you
wife
go.
did too. So I don't have, like, okay, Texas I straight up hate.
Right.
Oklahoma State, huge rivalry. I've never had hatred for Baylor. In fact, I'm kind of happy because now that, I'm not happy that OU left the Big 12. I know it was all about the money, but like, it just means that we're going to struggle in the SEC for a bit. But
Right.
I will say now it lets me be a little bit of a Baylor fan because we're not directly competing,
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
we see each other in the playoffs, but,
Hey,
so sick 'em
there you
Bears,
go.
man.
All right. Well, Laurel, you have an awesome night. Thank you so much for reaching out to us. And
Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show. It was so fun. I can't wait to
yes,
come back someday. And
yes, ma'am.
I can't wait to be part of the college football conversation online too.
Me either. We'll
Let's
tag
go.
you too. We'll
Let's
tag
go.
the foundation, and we're definitely
Yeah,
we're
feel free to tag
definitely
my
gonna get you. We're definitely gonna get you live in that Texas Longhorn jersey.
Oh
You're
my
gonna have to
god, you're
wear.
gonna eat so much crap when you lose, when we upset you big time. Feel free to tag my personal page and our foundation and our Lions Club page too.
We will. We will. We definitely will.
All
So,
right,
all right,
everybody,
guys.
have a great Friday night.
All right, y'all too. Tell the parents we said hello.
We will. Hope everybody, by the time you listen to this, you probably will have already, but hope you had a great Labor Day weekend. And,
Yes.
Yes.
or if you listen to this beforehand, I hope you're going to have one. And welcome to fall, everybody.
Welcome to fall. Go get you some pumpkin spice.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
See
All
you,
right.
girls.
Take care, Laurel.
Bye, Laurel.
Bye.
Bye.